Hello there, this is Cool Talk Talks. Today we're going to be talking about my predictions and my choices for the Academy Awards that will be handed out on March 27th. And let's go right into it. We have 10 nominations. I'm going to start with Best Picture. Usually I do that at the very end, but this year we start with Best Picture. They are Don't Look Up, The Power of the Dog, Nightmare Alley, Coda, Drive My Car, Licorice Pizza, King Richard, Dune, Belfast, West Side Story. Okay, so what do I think about all of this? I'm going to go through all of them. Don't Look Up was very, very funny. I think the bad language hinders the film just a little bit, especially for the older viewers. The Power of the Dog right now has the momentum to win. It's very impressive, very intriguing, a little bit. It's not my favorite, by the way. It's not my favorite, but I do see the merit in The Power of the Dog. Nightmare Alley, a very strange film. Now, the director, Guillermo del Toro, was not nominated, so it has an uphill climb. Coda. Coda I really, really liked. It's an enjoyable little film. It's a family film. Drive My Car is also nominated in the international category. Best Picture, Best International Film. It's a Japanese film. A lot of people predict that it will win. It's a 3-hour movie. I watched it. It's very, very intriguing. However, it did wear me down. I think that movie could have been better served at 2 hours, or at least 2.5, not 3. It's a reference to the lack of communication or acceptance that people have for the people that they love. Good messages throughout. King Richard, story of the Williams sisters, emphasis on Venus Williams. Very enjoyable film, and it may seem like a small film, non-deserving, but no, King Richard is very, very well put together. Dune. Dune is a 3-hour movie. I didn't care for the movie Dune. Didn't like it. I know that a lot of people out there love it. The ratings are really high. You go to Rotten Tomatoes. There's a lot of love for the movie Dune, but it's not my favorite at all. I found myself after the halfway point, I was pushing a speed and a half and stream it a little bit faster. I just couldn't get into it. Belfast. The movie Belfast, directed by Kenneth Branagh, is based on not a true story, but based on his experiences as growing up as a boy in 1969 in Belfast, Ireland during those turbulent times. It reminds me a bit of Roma. It is in black and white. It's a good movie. It doesn't have a plot other than being a slice of life of those times. And finally, last film, West Side Story. Impressive. Steven Spielberg directed a remake of a movie that had already won the Oscar, and he pulled it off. Okay, so what do I say about these films? My prediction, The Power of the Dog. It seems to be winning all the awards out there. I think that's going to carry on, and it's going to get Best Picture this year. If I had to say my choice, Coda. And as you'll see, I have a personal bias with the movie Coda. I loved it. It's a small film, very enjoyable. And all the actors that are in the film, the ones that play deaf people are in real life deaf actors. And the actress, Emilia Jones, was not nominated. She's the only hearing member of the family in that film. She had to learn how to sing, how to do sign language, how to speak in American English, because I didn't even know that she was British until after I saw the film. She had to learn how to fish. In efforts alone, she should have been nominated, and she was very, very good. So anyway, my choice is Coda. My prediction, The Power of the Dog. Best Actor. Javier Bardem playing Desi Arnaz and being the Ricardos. He was good. I don't think it's going to go beyond that. He didn't convince me as Desi Arnaz. Bernard Cumberbatch for The Power of the Dog. He can win. He's out there he's doing the field, he's doing all the interviews, he's doing his best to be recognized. Something that Will Smith for King Richard, who's nominated, is not doing. Will Smith is a front runner, but he's not out there promoting his film. Bernard Cumberbatch is promoting The Power of the Dog, and Bernard Cumberbatch, I think he needed 1 or 2 more intense scenes to really pull off a win here. Will Smith is a front runner for King Richard. So, Denzel Washington, always impressive. The Tragedy of Macbeth. I just feel that not a lot of people watched it. Andrew Garfield for Tick, Tick, Boom. Andrew Garfield was great. He was singing, his performance. Plus, he also has another worthwhile performance in the movie The Eyes of Tammy Faye. So Andrew Garfield could pull up an upset here. But I believe that the prediction will be, as everybody can predict, that it will be this year's Will Smith. Will Smith, it is his year. He's going to win for King Richard. If he does it, it will go to Bernard Cumberbatch. Now here I have a little bias. I wish that Peter Dinklage would have won. Sorry, that Peter Dinklage would have been nominated for Cyrano. Best Actress: Jessica Chastain for The Eyes of Tammy Faye, Olivia Colman for The Lost Daughter, Nicole Kidman for Being the Ricardos, Kristen Stewart for Spencer, and Penelope Cruz for Parallel Mothers. Now, many people are talking about Lady Gaga not being nominated for House of Gucci. I didn't see it. I can't say. Kristen Stewart and Penelope Cruz will have to accept the nomination as their just dues. I think the Oscar is going to be among three: Jessica Chastain, Olivia Colman, and Nicole Kidman. Now, two of these three have already won. I don't think it'll be Olivia Colman, even though her performance was actually was great in The Lost Daughter. Jessica Chastain is going to be my choice, and Jessica Chastain is also my prediction. She plays Tammy Faye Bakker. For anybody who was around in the 80s, remember the televangelists, the Bakkers? She was awesome. She was awesome. Now, if she doesn't get it, it will be Nicole Kidman, who was a very good Lucille Ball. She didn't convince me as a zany Lucy on the TV show Lucy, but the Lucille Ball behind the camera, yeah, she nailed it. It's sort of like one of those where I wonder, is there anything that Nicole Kidman cannot do? But anyway, my prediction and my choice is Jessica Chastain. Best Supporting Actor: Ciarán Hinds for Belfast. I've always liked him. I remember seeing him play Julius Caesar on Rome on HBO, and Mance from Game of Thrones. Troy Kotsur for Coda. I believe if he wins, will be the first deaf actor to win. Jesse Plemons, The Power of the Dog. Jodie Smith-McPhee for The Power of the Dog, both of them. And then we have J.K. Simmons in Being the Ricardo. He plays Fred. Now, J.K. Simmons, he shouldn't be there. J.K. Simmons didn't do anything special. He didn't look like Fred. He doesn't sound like Fred. Ciarán Hinds was good, competent. I don't think it's going to go beyond that. So, Jesse Plemons, he's overpowered by his other co-star, Jodie Smith-McPhee. And my prediction is that Jodie Smith-McPhee will win for The Power of the Dog. But my choice, and he is gaining momentum, is Troy Kotsur for Coda. He was hilarious. Watch the film, a very funny guy. And now we move on to Best Supporting Actress. They are Judi Dench for Belfast. Shouldn't have been there. Her co-star, Caitriona Balfe, who played the mother in the movie, should have been nominated, not Judi Dench as the grandmother. Kristen Dunst, The Power of the Dog. Ingenue Ellis for King Richard. Great performance. And we're left with Ariana DeBose, who's sweeping all these awards for West Side Story. And finally, Jessie Buckley for The Lost Daughter. I believe it'll be Ariana DeBose for West Side Story, mainly because she's winning everything else. Her performance was great. It's the same performance that Rita Moreno did about, 40, 50 years ago? And then we have the fact that she's dancing and singing also. So I think she's going to get this. My choice would be Jessie Buckley in The Lost Daughter, because Jessie Buckley is playing a role of a person that I don't even like. And she did very, very well. So that would have been my choice. However, the Oscar is going to go to Ariana DeBose. Best Director: Denis Villeneuve for Dune did not get nominated. Guillermo del Toro for Nightmare Alley didn't get nominated. The nominees are Paul Thomas Anderson for Licorice Pizza, Kenneth Branagh for Belfast, Hamaguchi for Drive My Car, Jane Campion for The Power of the Dog, and Steven Spielberg for West Side Story. Okay, Jane Campion and Steven Spielberg bumped heads many years ago. Spielberg won for Schindler's List. Jane Campion did not win for The Piano. Now here they are again going at it. My prediction is going to be Jane Campion for The Power of the Dog. Is very deserving. She's the first woman to have 2 Best Director awards nominations. But my choice would be Kenneth Branagh for Belfast. He is my choice. I didn't care so much for The Power of the Dog. It's one of those movies where I'm at a bit of a mystery as to what is the allure of The Power of the Dog. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. It stays with you after you watch it, but after, some time, it's not a fan favorite. Belfast is still in my memory. Okay, but moving on. Adapted screenplay. Now here's an area where they're going to give a consolation prize. I'll tell you why. Drive My Car is not going to win Best Picture. It's not going to win Best Director. So it might win Adapted Screenplay for Ryusuke Hamaguchi. He may get a consolation prize. Now, in seeking out diversity in this month, the month of the woman, The Lost Daughter was directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal. She played Rachel in The Dark Knight. She was not nominated Best Director or anything like that. The movie itself was not nominated Best Picture, but it's nominated Adapted Screenplay. It could go her way for that. Dune, screenplay by John Spates. Maybe it's deserving because it was a dense novel that had to be adapted. Jane Campion for The Power of the Dog. And then we have Coda with Sean Heder, another woman. Not nominated Best Director. The movie got nominated, and she's nominated for Adapted Screenplay. So here we have a couple of categories where they may give a consolation prize to Sean Heder for Coda, or The Power of the Dog could sweep the awards and win Best Picture, Best Director, Best Writer. Or if Jane Campion doesn't get Best Director, she may get Best Picture and Best Writer. It could go that way. Maybe some love will be thrown at Maggie Gyllenhaal for The Lost Daughter, especially since the movie was not nominated. Original screenplay, they are Belfast with Kenneth Branagh, Zach Baylin, who wrote King Richard, Adam Sorkin for Don't Look Up, Paul Thomas Anderson for The Licorice Pizza, and Joaquin Trier for The Worst Person in the World. Okay, my prediction is that it will go to Zach Baylin for King Richard. All the scenes are there. The movie is a little misleading. It seems like a simple film, almost like a family film, and that it's going by the numbers. But no, this movie is very compact. Not one moment is wasted. It's a good film, very, very well written. My prediction is that it's going to go that way. However, Kenneth Branagh, he may get a consolation prize because he won't win for Best Picture or Best Director, so they might throw something his way. Kenneth Branagh has never won an Academy Award. It could go that way. All right, animated film, Encanto. Nothing else to say. Best score could be Dune, could be Encanto. I'm going to say it's Encanto, just because. Original song. Okay. In the movie Encanto, Lin-Manuel Miranda, a writer of the song Dos Orguitas, for which he is nominated, he's already won in other works that he has done. He's won an Emmy, a Grammy, and a Tony. He doesn't have the Oscar. If he gets the Oscar, he'll perform what they call EGOT. E-G-O-T. Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony. All he needs is that Oscar. I think the temptation is going to be there to give it to him. So I think Lin-Manuel Miranda will win Best Song for Dos Orguitas. Incidentally, Beyonce is nominated for her song in King Richard, and Billie Eilish is nominated for her song in No Time to Die. Final award that I'll talk about is special effects. Everybody says it'll be Dune. Many people are complaining that it should have been Godzilla versus King Kong. These monsters are completely animated throughout the whole film, but no. Dune will probably pick up all these technical awards that pertain to sound and so forth. It will probably pick up Best Special Effects. However, my choice would have been Spider-Man No Way Home. And you may say that the special effects in Spider-Man No Way Home are a little cheesy, not as well done as Dune. But here's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing that the special effects in Spider-Man No Way Home fits the format of the film, because the movie's talking about multiverses and you're bringing in other Spider-Mans and so on and so forth, that it fits. So it works with that movie. And I think that's important. So basically, everybody, these fields are wide open. Anybody could win. This is one of those funny years where a lot of people may not even be interested in the Oscars this year. I think that's where it's going. But there are some good movies out there, and I highly recommend Coda, everybody. I think it's an excellent film. If you haven't seen King Richard, catch it. I didn't like Dune, but other people love it, so what do I know? Nightmare Alley is a bit intriguing. Catch it. It's one of those movies to see and maybe later on forget about it. But you may want to go there. West Side Story, a very worthy effort by Steven Spielberg. Okay, did I miss anything in the things that I'm saying? The Power of the Dog, very well-made movie, very deserving. But like Nomadland from last year, it's not as slow as Nomadland. I like The Power of the Dog better. But it's one of those films, it's not a favorite of mine. And it'll probably be the Oscar winner. But I could see it... I can see it winning and be like sort of like The Shape of Water or Nomadland. That it's just not there for me. So, all that being said, everybody, I look forward to seeing what happens on Oscar night, March 27. In the meantime, everybody, Send me your comments, send me your likes, dislikes, or better yet, subscribe. This is Cool Talk Talks.